Mustapha Gbande. He's a Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress. Thank you very much for your time and good morning to you, sir.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
I hope you're well.
God is good.
Are you now back in Accra or you're still somewhere else?
Well, depending on the nature of my business, I'm still looking at our vigilance. And God has ostensibly been kind with us. We started this journey 2 years ago. Here we come. The die has been perfect. Every single thing we have done, every single thing we have agreed to do as young people of this country is to see to a change. One, due to 8 years election cycle, which we all know that conventionally, for every 8 years, Ghana changes the government. Two, because we have experienced the highest level of deception. So even yesterday, 2 days to election, Bamia was lying to the public, making claims that does not make sense, claims that does not put food on the table of Ghanaians. We are going to election tomorrow. The people of this country are still hungry. This unconscionable government have not even thought of saying, okay, so let's give Ghanaians some relief. Let's reduce prices. Let's allow every Ghanaian to be able to feed their family. Let's say to Ghanaians that the stress is enough. Let's disburden you. Let's remove taxes so that you can happily go and vote. Yet still, Ghanaians are still under the same condition we have been in the last few years and months. Distinguished people of Ghana, if this government will change, they will change when we were all crying and telling them that we are hard pressed. They will change when we told them that we are not comfortable. They will change when we told them it was bad to steal our money. The people who are in government, supervised by President Akufo-Addo, are not just greedy people, but people who do not have conscience. People who believe that they must be satisfied. All Ghanaians can go and sleep hungry. Today, we reflect on all the things this government have done against us. From issues of failed policies, failed because they are corrupt and they stop the money, from the issues of mismanagement, from the issues of governmental arrogance, supervised by an old man who is supposed to do the opposite, stealing of pensioners' money, collapsing of our bank, deception of Agenda 111, deception of planting for food and jobs, deception of one village, one dam, the fraud of one district, one factory. And even most importantly, the deception of student allowances, be it nurses training or teachers training. And even more worse, failing to pay national service personnel and only to uncover that there was a huge fraud under national service personnel. Failing to pay NAPCO which is their own creation. They adored it at Independence Square, yet didn't even become aware that they needed to pay these young people of this country. Today, NAPCO trainees are going to vote, having debt, debt as a result of government's failure to pay the allowances. Today, businesses have collapsed. Many people have lost their businesses as a result of economic breakdown. Today, if you go to Harbour, the amount of duty imposed on imports, when the government have done absolutely nothing to increase exports. Today, the cost of a bag of rice, the cost of a crate of eggs, the cost of a tin of milk and Milo should be the guiding principle of our voting tomorrow. This bitter experience should guide us as to who to vote for. And of course, the NDC and its executive have done absolutely everything possible for us to come this far, with a huge collaboration and partnership from the people of this country. Do not leave the polling station for only executives. Do not leave the business of protecting your votes into the hands of only few executives. It's a communal national responsibility for us to vote. Stay at the polling stations until our vote is counted. We are dealing with fraudulent people. I cannot forgive myself to see Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as president of Ghana. I cannot forgive myself to have to tell my son that Matthew Opoku Prempeh is a vice president of Ghana and, for that matter, a role model. I can't. The NDC is not against if you are gay, if you are a lesbian. But the NDC certainly will not say that our society should become a place where we promote people to be gays and to be lesbians.
Okay.
The NDC doesn't have that program. But the NDC is not also against anyone who is a gay or a lesbian. Our position is that let no one impose anything on the other. We should live in a free society where we continue to preserve our sexual exposure. We continue to preserve and respect the sanctity of having to make love, having to share sexual pleasure.
Okay, so one thing, and let's go back to what you said about the public playing a crucial role in the protection of the votes, and that has been the major question that people have been raising, that how would you as a party ensure I come out to vote for you? Why do you need my help to protect the votes when, look at the NDC, big party, many members? Why do you need me, who have decided that you are the best person to vote for, to be the one helping you to protect those votes? Why can't you do that?
For the first time in the history of this country, and I'll repeat, the party and President Mahama have placed an individual that I will never have regretted working with, Dr. Omanibuama, as an officer in charge of the election. Honorable P.T. Kote as the General Secretary. And that is the General Secretary we needed at a time like this, when the party is going through difficulties, where people would have to be allowed to also contribute to the struggle. The national chairman of our party, for the first time, who has taking up a full campaign trail by himself and not leaving it for only the candidate. I cannot speak of Professor Jenana Opukajima, our mother, who have fought the length and breadth of this country. President Mahama, who have taught every constituency with a campaign called community engagement. Beyond this, we have asked our party across the country to ensure that we have adequate number of party people at the polling station. So the job is not only left for polling agents, so that we have people who can watch over corrupt police officers who will be politicians at the election day. But we know that this year we are going into an election where the police, the military, the immigration, the fire service, all of them are on our side. Not on the side of the party flag, but on the side that there needs to be a change of governance in this country.
On the matter of policing ballots, will this be in every region? Because the allegation against you in the NDC is that when you focus on the strongholds of the NPP, you drop the ball in your strongholds. And when you focus on the strongholds in your region, you drop the ball in the strongholds of the NPP. Will this be national in nature?
Our strategy was not defined on which is a stronghold and which is not a stronghold. It is a universal strategy. Universal and very generic, civilian friendly. We do not have any plan of causing casualties, but we are prepared when situation becomes worse. We will activate our defenses. And we are ready any time, any day for the worst. Let the MPP trigger it. We are ready for action. But I hope we don't get there. Now, beyond that, they have hired voice all over, including people outside the country, to come and help them. No NDC person should be afraid. Your duty is to be at the polling station. Take out your phone and record. Take a video of anything that is unlawful. Report any misconduct to the police. Do not give room for people to snatch any ballot box or stuff same. I believe when this is done, I can assure you, our systems are adequately enough to protect a vote that will be cast in favor of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And I can assure you that nobody will emerge as president of Ghana out of a fraud, criminally perpetrated election. And I repeat, no one will emerge as president out of a fraud, criminally perpetrated election. The election must be one man, one vote. And the amount of ballot that will be counted should be equivalent to the number of people who have walked to a polling station to cast their vote. NDC people should resist any attempt by anyone to intimidate us at the polling station, thereby ensuring that we do not take the law into our hands. Allow anybody to misbehave, then we defend. That is the resolve of the NDC into this election. When you have cast your vote, and when the vote is counted at the polling station, you begin to find your way back into Accra. Because the MPP strategy is to use some media houses to announce wrong results. We must listen and monitor TV stations, radio stations attentively. And if you are closer to a radio station that they are announcing wrong figures, please invade the radio station and stop them. And we will monitor They also want to declare wrong results when everyone is gone to sleep. But I can assure President Akufo-Addo and his people, they will regret if they dare that action. The fact that Ghanaians sleep after voting does not give room for anybody to announce wrong figures. If they try that, they will see the result of the NDC in this election. That is the result of the party.
Now, let me conclude by asking you this. There are people who have expressed misgivings, in fact, doubts about these promises, because they say your party tends to take the signing of documents seriously, and they believe that you signing a peace pact alone undermines this resolve to protect and react as and when necessary. What do you say to those people?
I'd like to be very honest. We had challenges as to quality of agents, vigilance of agents, vigilance of the party in 2020. Case today is not the same, I can assure you. Because that area is very technical, I wouldn't go much details, but I can assure you as an officer of the public that we are ready to be vigilant. Vigilant by ensuring that no two persons vote or no one person vote over two ballots. Ensuring that we are able to count it properly, sign proper documents, and ensure that state is declared. I think we are ready.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
I'm extremely grateful.
Who is the NDC all the best? Okay.
All the best. Those who travel, those who don't travel, those who go to police stations, with decree an upper hand, and we will come out with flying colors by the grace and the superior power of Almighty God. The God that we serve, the God who listens to the oppressed, the God who rescues the sinking boats, the God who feeds the orphans, the God who feeds the broken, the God who, for love of humanity, has sacrificed his only son for us. By his superior power, we decree victory. Victory in favor of the people of Ghana. Victory in favor of the NDC. Victory in favor to exalt the hand of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Before you go, one last thing. Do you know of any arrangement for persons who say we want to go and vote in a particular constituency, we are able to afford transportation? Are there any arrangement for the party to help us? Do you know of any?
Decisions have been done from constituency level to regional level, who will do facilitation, and then at the national level, the organizational department is on standby to assist such persons. So if there's anybody stranded, kindly find your way and make a call to the headquarters of the NDC, and you'll be sorted out.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking.